Anyhow, albeit, when is this airing?
This is on tonight.
Oh, tonight?
No. I was just trying to trick everybody. I would say safely this will be on March. Motherfuck you.
Go on nealbrennan.com. There's just a lot of first of all, there's
and
a
on
lot
Twitter,
of great
you're a
stuff.
good Twitter follow
at Neal Brennan.
Okay.
And if you go on, if you go on nealbrennan.com, there's dates. But I'm around. I'm fucking. I don't know. I'm on the road a lot. So
nealbrennan.com.
Yeah.
And we'll get you into Wise Guys up in Salt Lake, man.
That would mean a lot to me. If I
want to say this to you. What?
If I got nothing else out of this podcast, I want to get into Wise Guys.
I get to say to your face, the way I treated you was disgusting and reprehensible. And I think the listeners, too, will get a really good understanding of your heart and where you come from is a good place. And you walked a tightrope that not many people can walk. And you did it in front of us today effortlessly. And that is a lot of wacky shit went down. And you let us know, not like, don't tell anybody off the record, but on the podcast, I'm angry and this was terrible and I'm fucking resentful about this thing or that.
Right.
Without calling out your guy, you made your point of view very clear. And what I will say, you pulling out the Paul McCartney reference about George saying that's your mate says more about your character.
Yeah, but having also about my character, that documentary aired recently. So
I know, but
there are times where I've been he's been a cunt about it, and I've been a cunt about it. But it's the more time goes on, it's like, all right, well, I don't know that many guys like that,
right.
Like in terms of just influencing my life. So it's like, everybody back off.
I guess what I'm saying is you could have really lit a bunch of fires.
Oh yeah, well yeah. It's all, but I also
you've somehow, and we talked about like screaming your way up the ladder and acting like a dick and burning the credit in Hollywood. You've somehow through all this just been sort of like this Sasquatch in the woods. Like, I think he's mad, maybe he's not mad. You've been mentioned on Oprah, and at the end of the day, you saying out loud about you really are. There's a reason that show is successful, and it's not only because of the comedy. There has to be such heart behind a labor of love like that.
Yeah, I was really obsessed with it. Like, I was really like, I said that I think you mentioned it when I did Tom Papa's show, where I said like I owed him obsession because I was grateful that he wanted to work. I wanted to get shit on. I wanted to like fucking help my friend. If he's like, hey, come into the fucking hornet's nest with me, come into the fucking whatever, the crow's nest, I wanted to fucking snipe some people. I didn't want to be like, hey, this is fucking awesome. I'm not a great shot, but this is fucking sweet to be up here, bro. Like, I wanted to I wanted to help. And I also wanted to help a guy. A lot of being on a partnership is wanting to impress the other person.
Yes.
Like, I wanted him to think I was funny because I think he's fucking hilarious. So I wanted him to think that I'm hilarious. So you just want to be that, you know?
Like Keith Richards and Ron Wood trying to outdo each other.
Yeah, but those guys apparently shit on Ron Wood, I think. I'm
trying to improve on my Genesis analogy earlier.
There's no coming back.
Where I was going to turn the corner on that rambling outro was win, lose, or draw, no matter what happens. I say this with a witness in the room for the rest of our lives. You're my mate, and I
feel the same way about you. There's guys like, you just fuck my mate. Like,
anybody has a problem with you, they have a problem with me.
I agree. It's like, I have problems, but fucking don't worry about that. What were you saying? It's like the sister thing. It's like, I can say she's fat, but, you say it.
You are lean. You're handsome.
I'm lean. I'm handsome. My skin.
And you're out there headlining.
Brian Callen, I have tight-fitting skin.
God damn, he's the best. I'm a greyhound.
Fucking, I'm a greyhound, such a fucking moron.
No, you can't eat potatoes. You gotta eat lentils. Like, bro, thanks for coming on. Yeah. That was a nice nutritional podcast we just banged out.
Brian's the guy that you'll recommend a book to him, and then next time you see him, he talks about the book as if you've never read it.
Did you ever read The Help? Let me tell you something. They should make a movie about The Help.
It's a great book. I've read a lot. I've read the classics.
Brian sat in that chair, and we were talking about exercising, and like I was trying to lose weight, and he goes, and this is a quote, JJ, calories are ridiculous. You can lose weight sitting in that chair if you eat right. And we spent a half hour going, no, I could, if I sat in this chair, I could not. You have to be active. No, you don't. You don't. You just eat lentils, fucking yams.
I
lentils.
asked Dove Davidoff, I go, do you think Callan's happy? And he goes, is he happy? He gets to go on stage and talk about his body for an hour every night.
Look
He's
at that forearm, like a
ecstatic.
pack of hot dogs. Look at that. Oh, God.
He's fucking, it's the best. All right, I got to go. But I'm late for a haircut, guys. This thing doesn't,
It's a good lettuce. That's good lettuce, man. It's a good lettuce. Thanks, guys.
All right, bye.
Find more funny shit like this at smodcast.com.